ready, guys, so that we can get to our warming up of the body. So just sit in your easy seat. Again, if you want a cushion under your bum just to help you. Rona, if you're struggling with lower back, these cushions are absolutely a blessing. So grab one off the couch, off the bed, wherever you can find something just to prop your bum up. It helps with the lower back as well. You can place your hands on your legs or in your lap. Sit up nice and tall, tucking the hips under, lifting in the belly so that you can feel that sort of lengthening up the spine. You're imagining that we're opening up our energy channels so that's all clear for movement to go up and down. And today we're just going to just simply pay attention to our breath. Deep breathing, conscious deep breathing, but that's it. You're not required to count or hold or do anything complicated. Just allow yourself to breathe in and out. And it's up to you what feels good in your body, whether you want to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, or in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel and just follow your own intuition today. try and maintain that awareness of breath through our practice today. We're going to start off with some neck and shoulder type stretching. You can stay on your cushion if you're comfortable in your easy seat. Otherwise, you can also come and sit on your shins if that's more comfortable. Just make sure that you don't go into too much pain in the lower back or discomfort in the body as we stretch out the neck and shoulders. We're going to start off with taking our right hand onto the left side of our head. You imagine your tennis ball under your head, so you lift up and over that tennis ball, pulling the head towards the right shoulder. And then we're extending our left hand away from us and onto the floor, and you want to feel like you're trying to push your fingers into the floor, so it intensifies the stretch down the left side of the neck going into the shoulder. Also feel it creeping down the arm into the elbow as well. So this is getting a little bit into that fascia stretching. Release your head, but keep your left arm on the floor pushing down, and turn your head over towards the left shoulder. If you'd like to deepen this stretch, you can then extend the right hand onto the floor and push the fingers into the floor. Gently start lifting your chin up towards the ceiling. And bring your head back to neutral. We're going to take our right hand, lifting it up towards the ceiling, extend through the scapula, and then bend your elbow behind you, trying to place your hand in between your scapula. Then take your left hand, pulling that elbow backwards, just as far as you're able. And then we're going to start leaning over towards the left, imagining we're lifting up and over a ball. Keep tucking the hips under and lifting in your belly. Gently release and bring your hands back to the floor. Now we're going to take our left hand over to the right side of the head. We imagine we're lifting over that ball, up and over, pulling that ear towards the left shoulder. And then we extend the right hand to the floor, pushing those fingers into the floor. release the left hand and turn your chin towards the right shoulder, still pushing down in that right arm. And to get a deeper stretch, we extend the left arm to the floor, pushing the fingers towards the floor or into the floor. Watch your shoulders and make sure that they're not rounding as you're pushing in. You want to open them up into their sockets, pull the scapula slightly down and push into the floor. There's an opening across the clavicles here. Slowly lift your chin up towards the ceiling. And gently release. Take your left arm, extend it up towards the ceiling and feel that scapula elongating. Bend at the elbow, taking your hand between your shoulder blades. Pull your elbow further back with your opposite arm. And then imagine you're leaning up and over a ball towards the right. Come back up, bring your hands onto your knees. We're just going to do some sort of neck rotations, head rotations, but very slowly. So think about, again, keep on lifting over a tennis ball, so you don't want to crunch down or to the side or backwards. You want to keep on feeling lifted and then extend your chin down towards your chest so it doesn't actually come onto your sternum. Then slowly turn it towards your right shoulder. Then very slowly, again, feel lifted in the neck as you send your neck back, or your head back rather. So we're not dropping our head onto the back of our spine, we're leaning it back but keeping this like lifted sensation in the neck. And then slowly over to the left shoulder, and again back towards the sternum. Over to the right shoulder, back, left shoulder, sternum. Let's go over to the left shoulder, back, right shoulder, sternum, left shoulder, back, right shoulder, sternum. And relax your head and your neck. Maybe just give it a little bit of a wiggle and a shake out. And again, if you're in easy seat or on your shins, this will work either way. So we're going to turn our body, so keep this tummy lifted and the hips tucking under. And we're going to turn our body towards our left leg. Grab that leg, and you're going to gauge for yourself whether you want to hold onto your knee or higher up the thigh, depending on how deep the stretch is for you. And then you're going to sweep the right hand up. First send it up towards the ceiling. Keep lifted in the tummy, keep tucking the hips under, and then lean towards the right. Stay there. So we're aiming, so this is for you, Rona, this is getting into our lower back, going into the QLs. So if you're not feeling it over here, feel in your body, okay, if I'm over here, do I need to lean a little bit more forward to get into that stretch? Do I need to lean a little bit more back to get into that stretch? So find that like sweet spot in your body where you can feel that stretch going just into the lower back muscles, going a little bit into the hip. Slowly start tilting your sternum towards the floor, going a little bit deeper. And very slowly we start taking our hands, sweeping it across. And then we take our left hand to right knee or up the thigh, wherever it feels comfortable, and sweep that right hand up towards the ceiling and then send it over to the side. Keep tucking the hips under and lifting in the belly. That's part of what helps you get into the stretch. Turn your sternum slightly towards the floor. Sweep that right hand slowly across the floor and come back up to your seated position. Interlace your fingers, turning your palms outwards, and lift them up towards the ceiling. Push the arms away, lifting in the belly. Slowly go over towards the right, and then over towards the left. Right, left, right, left, and shake the arms and the hands out, just bringing some warmth into them. Move your cushion, if you're cushioned, out your way, and we're going to come over onto our hands and knees. We're pushing through our arms and we're keeping our toes tucked today as we do our cat-cow. So allow the abdomen to drop forward, opening the hips, so you're rather closing them. You're creating that tilt in the hips. Allow the tilt to happen, but keep lifted in the chest, keep lifted in the belly. Lift your head facing forward and just hold this position. Then lift the belly, curling the back up towards the ceiling. Feel that push through the shoulders. And take your bum towards your feet, pushing into the floor. Keep lifted in your belly. Come back forward and drop the belly towards the floor, keeping it lifted, hips tilting. And take your back up towards the ceiling, push through the arms, squeeze the hips forward, and slowly drop your bum towards your feet, pushing through the arms. forward again, dropping belly towards the floor, keeping it lifted and tilting the hips, pushing through our arms. And pull the spine up towards the ceiling, push through the arms, and slowly let the bum drop towards your feet. Slowly push up into your downward facing dog. If you're a little bit too close, you can walk backwards and push through the arms, lifting the belly, really extend everything. Feel everything is lengthening in this position. Gently come forward into that plank position and twist both feet towards the left. Over to the right. Today we're not stacking, so the feet are just staying where they are as we twist over. Keep lifted in the tummy. Now we're going to slowly lower in chaturanga. So if it's very challenging, pop your knees onto the floor. And we're going to hold it at this bend before we go all the way to the floor. And slowly lower. And lie with your head or your forehead on the floor. Hands are still placed under their shoulders. Lift in the belly, tucking the hips under. Should be feeling your whole spine lengthening through your body. And keep squeezing the bum, slowly lifting up into cobra, keeping your head or your chin towards your chest until you're lifted, and then you can look forward. Feel that sternum being pulled forward, shoulders pushing down, bum active. Tuck your toes and slowly lift into downward facing dog. Bring your feet a little bit closer and bend the knees, pushing through the arms. Take the knees towards the floor and you're back into your tabletop position. Feel the hands pushing through, so you want to feel lifted. And now we're going to very slowly, very iteratively lean further into the wrists, or rather over the wrists. So very slight movements, move a little bit more. Keep lifted in the arms, keep lifted in the belly. A little bit more. And just pay attention to your wrists. If you reach this point where I'm at now and that's feeling a little bit painful, pull slightly back. If you're still good to go, we push a little bit further through. Push through. And you can come into child's pose and rest for just a moment. Extending your arms as far as you can ahead of you. Even walk your fingers a little bit further and drop the forehead to the floor if you're able. Release your child's pose, come back onto those hands and knees, and we're going to jump onto our feet and come up to our standing position. Okay, so these exercises are going to work on balance, tummy, lower back, Remember this lower back, sometimes we get pain in the lower back, because actually the upper back has been hunched over computers or sitting on the couch. You can see everything here is sitting a little bit manky. And then it's also tight bums. Tight bum, bit of weak belly, could be a myriad of things, but these are possibilities that could be causing lower back pain. So we're just going to get the tummy working a little bit harder. We're also going to create a bit of relief by tucking and opening the lower back. So feel your feet into the earth. We're bringing awareness to the feet so that you can feel that sort of grounding. Almost imagine roots pulling down in the feet to help you balance. So we're going to start with balancing on our left leg. So really root down, start lifting the right leg, just feeling this leg take on the weight of your body a little bit more. And slowly lift the right leg up to about a 90-degree space. In this position, really lift and tilt the hips under so that lower back is feeling nice and open and relaxed. And then we're going to take our opposite hand, so left hand, to the outside of the right knee and push against that knee, and then allow the knee to push against the hand. Slowly lift your right hand behind you so that you're twisting towards the right. Gently release both hands, and we're going to take that right foot to left knee and start bending. So you can bend over this leg, or losing balance. Find a spot on the floor and just stare at it to help you keep your balance. So you lean over this leg, or if you're feeling a little bit more flexy or wanting a deeper stretch, you start bending the knee, taking your hands onto the floor. So it goes into a deep bum stretch. If you fall over, it's okay. And gently come up and swap legs before our ankle feels a bit sad. Alright, now we're going to send all our focus and our weight into the right leg. So start leaning into that right leg, gently start lifting the left leg just so you can feel the balance coming into that right leg. Then lifting in the belly, tucking the hips under, we lift the left leg up to about a 90-degree. Right hand comes to the outside of the left leg, and we just push the knee into the hand and hand into the knee. Ooh. Slowly lift the left arm behind you, allowing yourself to go into more of a twist. Release and bring that ankle up towards the right knee and slowly bend over. Oh gosh, trying to keep a spot on the floor as your focal point to help you maintain your balance. And lean into that bum stretch. Again, if you feel like you need a deeper stretch or would like to just have the hands on the floor, place the hands on the floor and bend your knee a little bit more. And once you've lost your balance, come back up to standing. Alright, you might want to stand a little bit further forward on your mat, depending on where you're standing already. Again, remember to lift these hips, tuck the belly under. And we're going to lean halfway forward into that tabletop position. Make sure you're squeezing your bum, lifting the belly, extending the spine long. Then bend the knees as you lower your hands all the way towards the floor. Send your right leg back into a high lunge. Squeeze that back bum muscle, pushing the hips forward towards the floor. Push through the front foot to lift up into your warrior one. Feel the arms being pulled towards the ceiling. We're going to allow our right foot to turn out slightly as we move into our warrior two. Make sure the hips are pushing forward and tucking under here. Straighten your left leg and slowly go over into your triangle pose. Just as far as you can. If you need to hold your shin and keep your body up, it's better than turning your body towards the floor to get your hand down. Rather hold it up higher and feel the sternum opening up to the side. Again, you should be feeling a nice stretch pulling up the back here. You're going to bend the knee slightly so that we can sweep back into that warrior one position without losing our balance. But in this position, and test for yourself, you might want to bring your leg a little bit closer or further away. See what feels right for you. Straighten your front leg, and we're going to very slowly start leaning towards that front leg. So keep your quad muscle active. You can see my back foot is a little bit on the tippy toe. You lean all the way and you grab onto your shin if you need to. If you can reach the ground, you can place your hands on the ground. You can also use blocks if you've got blocks. And just hold it here for a moment. Extend your arms long and start coming up again. Let that back foot twist back into your warrior two position. Let the left foot, twist forward. So now your both feet are parallel. Lift in the belly and drop forward into your forward fold. I'm sorry I'm giving you bum shots, but if I turn around I'm going to get myself confused. And then slowly twist around so that we're ready for triangle position towards the right leg. We're not going into triangle, I'm just making sure your feet are correct. So bend that front leg. If you need to readjust your spacing, do so. And then send your arms out so that we're in our warrior two position. Then you're going to turn your back foot back into that warrior one position so that we can now do that same pyramid movement. So again, feel your feet, you need to bring that back foot back or forward. Straighten your front leg, extend your arms away, really activate your quad and start leaning forward. Place your hands onto your shins, or if you're able to touch the floor, you push onto the floor. Just lengthen and allow the stretch to do its work. Lengthen the arms and slowly start coming up. Allow that back foot to get back into your warrior two position. Straighten the front leg and go into your triangle pose again. If you need to put your hand on your shins so that you can keep your sternum open, rather do that. And then you can work your way down. Gently bend that knee as you come back up into your warrior two. Make sure these hips are tucking under and pushing forward. Swing that back arm back into your warrior one. Slowly lean forward, getting back into your lunge position. Bring that left foot to the right, bend the knees, and allow your body to just hang in your forward fold. You're going to keep your feet as close together as you can. If this is too challenging, you can also have your feet as wide open as the mat or as wide as you need to get. We're going to go into our squat, getting into that lower back stretch. And in this one, the feet are together, the knees open up to the side as we go into our squat. Like I said, if it's too challenging, just open the feet. Drop as far as you can. If you struggle again, you can pop blocks or a blanket or a cushion under your feet or even under your bum, whichever helps you. And just hang out here, feel the lower back opening. So you really want to lift the belly, let that lower back feel it. We're going to take our left hand and extend it over towards the right. So really feel it pulling long. And then we take the right hand over towards the left. Release your hands and allow your bum to drop onto the floor. Keeping the feet together and bring them forward as close to your forksy bonnet as you can, interlacing your fingers around your toes, squeezing your bum to pull these knees towards the floor. Lift in the belly, tuck the hips under and start pulling your sternum towards your feet. And if you find these forward folds a bit challenging, you can literally just pop your bum up, prop your bum up with a cushion, with a bolster, with a block, anything you've got lying around at home. Fold up a blankie and pop it under your bum. It just helps you get into a deeper forward fold and actually stretch out your muscles that you might struggle with without the block, the bolster. It just helps your hips tilt with less effort. Gently come up, and we're going to take our right hand over to the left shin and place your left hand onto your left knee and try and push your body sort of over into a twist, but also slightly towards the right knee. over to the other side. Release. Now we're going to go into a full twist in our Baddha Konasana position. So we're going to extend our right hand behind us, turn the sternum towards the right knee, and the left hand goes onto the right knee, helping to push us around. Lengthen up through the spine, try not to be slouching in this position. And gently twist to the other side. Bring your knees together. We're going to work on some spinal rolls. So you tuck the hips under, feel that belly pulling back round your whole back. You can hold on to your shins and slowly try to just roll backwards and roll back up. Roll, really get into that lower back roll and up. Roll and up. Roll and up. Roll up. Roll up. And this time you're going to roll back and stay on your back. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Really feel that belly sucking down towards the floor. Pulling the knees in. Grab your wrists if you're able to, and just hold the knees as close to your chest as you're able. Release, and we're just going to hold on to our knees and imagine that you're creating a little circular motion with the hips, with the legs. You're just rolling, so you feel rolling onto the one side of your lower back, then down to your sort of coccyx area, around into the other side of your lower back, and then the knees come into the chest, rolling around. And bring your knees back into your chest. And we're going to allow the knees to drop over to the right. So extend your arms out to the sides, or maybe you have them a little bit further down. Depends on how you feel stable. Suck the belly back towards the spine and very slowly start dropping the knees towards the right. And then extend the left leg as straight as you can. Feel almost like this left hip is lifting further over the right knee. Bend that left leg and lift the left leg up. Straighten it, and you try and grab your toes or your foot or your ankle, keeping this right knee on the floor. Feel like you're pulling your left knee into its hip socket. Release the leg back down and slowly bring your knees up. And we go over towards the left. I'm just shimmying on my mat. Extend the right leg straight and feel like that hip is lifting further forward. Bend the right knee, lift it open. You can grab your toes, your foot, your ankle, and straighten that leg. Feel like you're getting that leg into its socket. Release the leg, bending it back towards the other knee, and slowly bring those legs back up again. Adjusting myself onto the mat. Now, with your knees still pulled into your chest, we're going to allow them to open up in that Baddha Konasana kind of position. You're going to try and grab your feet and open the legs. So this is a bit of a supine Baddha Konasana. And feel these feet trying to be pulled in towards you, almost like you're trying to lift the coccyx off the floor. And if they do, that's great. Now start lengthening out the feet, so you're creating a longer diamond, so the feet are coming more up towards the face. And feel that stretch. And gently release. Bending the knees, holding onto your shins to help you roll up. And we can put on our warm clothes, our warm socks, whatever you require. And we're going to do a short meditation. And all it is today is I'm playing one of my favorite mantras. So she just repeats herself a lot. So if you find yourself feeling like joining in and there's no one else around you that you're concerned about, at some point you can also join in the hummy hum to me too, and she says the English version, which is also quite easy to remember, but it's up to you. Otherwise you can just lay there and just allow yourself to absorb the mantra. Okay. Okay, this is the wrong one, but this sounds good, so let's go with this one. Oh no, it's not. Haha. Cool. Yes, you can sit or lie down as long as you're warm and comfortable. And just allow yourself to breathe, absorbing the mantra, and if you choose to sing along, it's really fun. exhaling through your mouth. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, start wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. One last stretch through your whole body. And you can slowly come up to seated. We will just do one closing Om. Hands can be on your knees or into your heart center. Deep breath in. Thank you, everyone.